Welcome back, veterans, to another segment of Veterans Did You Know? This topic area, we've been talking with Dr. Dennis Cobbler about the Lions Club and the veterans and how we kind of married up here. And and everybody says that there are groups. There's not a group that you can go to any place that doesn't have a veteran someplace in it. I think 83% of the families in the United States have a vet someplace. And so any kind of business or organization or anything you're involved with, there's a veteran sitting there someplace. So it's not like it's a foreign organization hooking up. It's because it's a brotherhood of we got them every place. And we were talking just in a break there about the vets needing glasses, whatever else. And there's a program where the Lions Club would provide the low cost or no cost eye exam and glasses stuff, and we were able to go through the trust fund soldiers and sailors and help out with that so to get the vets glasses. And Dennis was just talking about some others, and we're talking about glasses here. Dennis, what are the things for the folks out there for eye care? What's available in this community if somebody's sitting there with doesn't have the financial resources and are trying to buy glasses they can't see with or borrowing somebody else's? What can somebody do, or where can they go, or what?
Well, Dave, we have Lions have always been heavily involved in eye care, and that's been our number one goal worldwide, is the prevention of preventable eye blindness. We try to nip it in the bud. Locally, there's 5 or 6 Lions clubs, and if people are in that need category, you could call the Muskegon County Lions helpline, which is 744-8924, and we would work through the system. We worked with an agency here in the county also, but we provide glasses and exams at a very low cost, and that brings up an interesting point that maybe that would be another relationship that we could establish with Lions and the Veterans Center here, is put together an actual program for you to work with. And
I could find you the space.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that right very well. And but it would take some time to put it together.
Yeah.
But
And about I have a lot of vets will come in, with old hearing aids they don't use and old eyeglasses. And they said, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I'll get them to the Lions Club. You
drop them here.
We'll get them here. We'll get them to the Lions Club."
We'll be happy to pick them up.
Yeah, if you're sitting out there with old glasses laying around in a drawer, and I think everybody's got sets of them that they put there that your prescription has changed or whatever else, you can't use them. Don't just leave them sit there or just throw them away. Get them in, bring them in, and to a Lions Club or to the vet center here. We'll get them to the Lions, and they're going to recycle them and give them to somebody else who can't afford them or can't see or is having difficulty seeing. That you can make the difference in them by having a new set of eyes. If you
most of the used eyeglasses we'll process and we take them into Central America. We've been going, the Lions from Muskegon, North Muskegon, excuse me. We've been going to Central and South America every year for the last 25 years, providing eye care down there. We have a mission coming up in Costa Rica in February. Costa Rica has a good national health program, so we'll be working up in the north part of the country, working with Nicaraguan migrant workers.
Wow.
Because Nicaragua doesn't have
anything.
Doesn't have much at all. It's a very poor country, and we've done a mission there too. It's a difficult place.
So how do you, say if I had an old pair of glasses, my prescription's changed, and then you guys read what the lenses are? Then
if they're in real good shape, we will neutralize the lenses and we put it into a computer bank with a number. And as we do the exams down there,
this eye needs to be.
We'll write a prescription, and we'll have people on the computers that will enter that prescription into the computer, and it'll pop a bag number. And we'll bring it out, and if it fits, they get it, and if it doesn't, we re-enter it and do it again. Because, again, we want to make sure that everybody...
I guess it's the lens, how it was cut, or whatever else you mean?
Well, we'll use the same frame, everything.
Okay.
So we'll get as close as we can. And again, that type of work perhaps doesn't cut it in the United States, because here we have the ability to be very, very precise.
Yeah, and multiple levels, and
when you get down there, they don't have that capability. So if we can get real close, that makes a big difference to them. But you talk about hearing aids. Lions also do hearing aids. So again, same thing. Call that 744-8924 number and talk about hearing aids. And we really need to know what part of the city you live in, because I mentioned there's 5 or 6 Lions clubs here. So we need to know which Lions Club you go through.
Okay.
But we do have a master plan on the eyeglasses now that every club goes through one source, so it works really nice.
How do you become a member of the Lions Club?
Would you like to join, Dave?
My brother started
Yeah.
when I remember.
Your brother Dan's been a great member for years. It's an invitation only. It's not a secret society by any means. We're just looking for men and women over the age of 18, all the way up to whatever age, that are interested in doing community service in a more or less directed way. As you mentioned earlier, we're trained in the military to work as a team, and that's why I joined the Lions, quite frankly. First of all, it fits so well with what I did for a living, but also it gives me an opportunity to be something that I couldn't be by myself.
Yeah.
And what I want to do in the world, it makes it a lot easier when I join the other 1.4 million Lions worldwide, and we make an impact. But I can't make an impact by myself.
Exactly right. I always kid around and say, hey, I don't mind, some of us who can speak a little bit or don't mind mouthing off, say, I don't mind walking point or pointing in, but I want to look over my shoulder.
Got to be somebody behind you.
You're out there sucking wind by yourself. And
Yeah, you can't be a leader if there's nobody behind you.
But by just coming together, I mean, you can make some tremendous stuff. And you were talking about how many different countries the Lions are in. And it was really cool is in China now.
Yeah, we just got back from China. I'm a member of the international board. Haven't been on that board for 11 years, but our current president is Dr. Wing Kung Tam from China, and he personally appointed me to the board. I'm serving right now as the international coordinator for the global leadership team. So
wow, congratulations!
So I'm. Talk about point. I'm looking to coordinate all Lions training worldwide, and we are in 206 countries. I think it might be up to 208 now. We've got Lions in some very surprising places. But you mentioned China. That's one of the fastest growing countries in the world right now for Lions. We have between 20 and 30,000 Lions. They're all in their 30s and 40s. They're all CEOs of their own businesses.
They want to give back. They want to help.
Well, they don't quite understand, how you lead by yourself. It's because they've been in a society that they've been told how to do.
How to do it, exactly.
Back a few years ago when the Iron Curtain fell, Lions rushed into Eastern Europe, and we formed clubs in almost every country there. But we had a lot of difficulty maintaining it because nobody knew how to lead. Yeah. They've always been told what to do.
Everything's set up, and you guys
they go, wow, what am I supposed to do now?
I get to make a decision?
Yeah. So it was very difficult, but now Eastern Europe is going strong. But right now, China, we're the only non-governmental organization in the world that's allowed in there. And our foundation is the #1 rated foundation in the world, because 100% of everything you put in goes right back out. And some people say, how can that be? Well, they're very shrewd, and some of the interest they put into administrative.
Yep.
But dollar for dollar, it goes in, goes out.
Well, you don't get into that if you're looking to get wealthy, because that's not what it is. The same,
No.
Any nonprofit's the same thing. You got to have the heart or the desire, and it's not about the pay. It's about, are you making a difference?
Yep.
Are you? And I can imagine, as a kid, I can remember not being able to see very well, and I lost my glasses one time in a snow thing, and I had to go around for a while till I got my new one made. And so I can't imagine what a child is someplace in a foreign country, and all of a sudden somebody gives them these things and puts it on his face, and
big difference.
They get to see everything. I mean, they clear it up. They're thinking, what a gift. I mean, what a gift you've given to somebody, and you can help make that happen.
But anybody that's interested in finding out more about Lions, we do have pre-orientation meetings where we'll discuss everything, top to bottom, how much it costs, everything, so that you don't go in without knowing what's expected. But here again, you can call that 744-8924. say what part of town you're from and that you might be interested in learning more about Lions.
Or contributing, or you got glasses, or whatever the case may be.
Lions is a service organization. The military was a service organization.
The veterans.
All I'm doing, quite frankly, is I'm just continuing my service to the country. I just wear a different uniform, different hat, different pin.
Depends what combat zone you're in.
Yeah, but I'm still a veteran, and I'm still serving the country, and I plan to do it as long as I can. But that's all it is, service to our community.
And we're glad you're on board, Dennis, and the Vets Park too. We're so proud of that park, and just to be a part of something bigger than what you are. When you go on past, you say, "Well, I had a little bit of something to do with that." It's still there because somebody cared, somebody stepped forward, and somebody made a decision.
Well, talking again with Lupe Alvear, Lupe's quite a dreamer. Our international president from China says there's two ways to dream. You can dream at night. You wake up in the morning, it's gone. But if you dream during the day, things will happen. Yeah. So be a daydreamer, not a night dreamer. And we envision, every time we drive by that, we envision how much nicer that could look. For example, knocking out those god-awful looking street light posts that nobody wants to lay claim to.
Nope.
And again, you talk about how the power, 15, 18 feet up, trying to shimmy up that pole to get electrical.
To push a button in because it's...
And then it pops all the time, it trips. So get rid of those and then go along your sidewalks with street lamps, just like you have downtown.
Light the trail. Yeah.
So that you light the trail, and then the park is lighted from within, not without. And people could use it at night. And so we look at that and say, well, why can't that happen? Yep. And, we're kind of like Bobby Kennedy, don't look at it and say, why? Just say, let's do it. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, and we look at that. We look at the cattails. If you look at the west side of the causeway, that used to be water too, and it's completely choked off with reeds now.
You can really see in that aerial view we took in the park.
Absolutely, and the edge facing the west sun, the reeds are out 6 to 8 feet already. Yeah. And it's my understanding that's a man-made lagoon. Mm-hmm. So why we can't deal with the DNR and get those reeds out of there? We've talked about other partnerships with the 180th Transportation out of Montague, the reserve unit up there, and they're perfectly willing to come down and give us a hand. I mean, it's just a great place to draw the community together, and as long as we can daydream. We did put in a request to one of our local agencies here for a much taller, much bigger flagpole. And was denied, but that doesn't mean it's ended. We'll just go someplace else.
Okay, we need to take another break right here, and we'll come back and pick this conversation back up and keep you posted, keep you informed. So stay with us and come right back.